We got the trash. We got the trash. Yeah, we got the trash. We got the trash. Our trash is your treasure. We got the trash. We got the trash. The Raccoon Kings are your treasure. So listen to our trash. So listen to our trash.
Fucking Dags.
And then I don't even know why
Talk about Dags
I
again.
didn't even know I said it.
Would you let your kid on a bus with Dags?
No way. No fucking way. I'd be like, what?
No.
I would just look.
said no
I
way.
would look and be like, what the fuck is up with this guy?
Oh, shit. All right. Well, today, welcome back. Trash and Talk. I'm Wayne. Kurt's here with me today.
Hello, people.
And today we have a special guest, a friend of ours from sanitation who was a boss on the job, was a great worker as well, but then became a boss on the job. Today we have Sal Tranuchi here. Welcome, Sal.
Thank you, Sal.
Welcome,
Thank you
Sal.
for coming by,
Thanks for
buddy.
coming through.
Thank you.
How you been, man?
Been good.
Yeah, retirement's treating you well?
Simon's treating me well.
You look good.
Yeah, listen.
You look like the same Sal.
Yeah. Skinnier version.
Some people,
Up.
yeah, me, Dags.
You're working fucking right after the guy. Jesus Christ. We just started, Dags, and he's starting already.
I'm gonna defend Dags here. I told him before you got here. I said I watched the last episode, the 1 year episode.
Yeah.
I said you guys look like the number 10. I was waiting for.
Let me tell you
You
something.
look like the number 10 in the pool. I
Did
thought
you
it was
see-
like a. I was
Did
waiting
you
for
see the
this.
sun
This show has been
glistening off
sponsored
my
by.
body?
Huh?
I was so sun-kissed on that episode.
You are.
I looked good.
I know, I was
You
getting
are.
yelled at, like one of his goofy friends.
He looked like a ghost next to you.
Yeah, well, that's all I can.
I can't be out in the sun, bro. I got a new scar. I can't be out in the sun. What am I going to do?
You could be out in the sun.
Listen, I got Irish in me. But anyway, no, we brought Sal in today to get the viewers' eyes through a boss. Like how bosses took on the job compared to what we did.
Yeah.
Right? Because we had a different mindset when we were out in the street picking garbage up. You remember that from being on that, being on the truck starting out. But we'll start with, Sal, you are born and raised Staten Island, right?
Yeah.
Were you always in like Westerly area? Whereabouts did you grow up? Because
No.
I just knew you from not Westerly, West Brighton.
So my family's from West Brighton.
Okay.
My mother's side of the family, Grassos, and I grew up on Father Cap, so Midland Beach area, Grand Beach,
Okay.
Indian Village.
All right. Down in the swamps. All right. Sandy took them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Actually,
Sandy people,
Fisher was
sorry.
by you?
Fish was down by I think Hunter,
Yeah.
right down that.
I forget the block he lived on. Not Hunter, but his house got.
I was on Cherokee, and actually my house, I don't even think that we lived in is even there anymore. I think it was still standing after Sandy, but I think they ended up having to knock it down. And the guy, I don't know if you guys know Joey Bono. He's with the retirees.
No.
His house, he was 5, I was 6, and he actually rebuilt after Sandy, but he was home during Sandy.
Really?
They almost didn't make it.
It was crazy down there in Sandy. But no, I only know you from West Brighton area. Like I said, we have mutual, your cousins are mutual friends of mine. Robbie Rout. I know he don't watch this, but he's fucking out of his mind.
Yeah.
All the Roundstrouts. But then again, his father being the mailman
Right.
at my father's hardware store, I grew up with that. I knew Mr. Routenstrout since I'm 5 years old.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, Bobby actually just turned. They had a 75th birthday party. For him
God
the
bless
other
him.
day. Yeah.
God bless him. But yeah, so, then we all come full circle and now we're on sanitation together. Right? I remember walking in one day, I was like, Sal, really? You're on this job too? Because it's like everyone from the neighborhood eventually becomes a garbage man. That's what was always like the thing. But yeah, no, like when you went out for city jobs, so not even that, when you retired, when you graduated from high school, did you go to college?
I went to college for 2.5 years. I never graduated.
Did you play?
I went
baseball,
to.
though.
I did play baseball in college.
So you went for baseball.
Yes.
So was the plan to, like, you had a major, you didn't, you never planned to be a garbage man, correct?
No, that didn't come till way after. I didn't get on the job until I was 26.
That's right. You did get on
So
late.
what did you? Where'd you work in the meantime?
So right out of college, I was working at a lumber yard in New Jersey because we had moved to Pennsylvania at the time. My parents bought a house in Stroudsburg. So when I was going to school in Bethlehem,
Okay.
Northampton Community College, and just I don't know, life happens.
Yeah,
Anyway, I
yeah.
was working in a lumber yard, and that's when the '94 strike happened.
Okay.
And I was like, you know what? I'm like having tryouts down in Florida. So I ended up told my mother, I said, hey, the Phillies are having a tryout in Clearwater. I want to go down. She's like, I'll go with you.
Awesome.
So I got my mother on the plane. We flew down. I went and I actually met Rob DeModio there.
Okay.
And he was doing a report for the Advance at the time. So there's like a huge article that he did. And I tried out for pitching. I threw about 82. Nothing.
Yeah,
nothing
I don't
great.
remember.
But they
you
ended
being
up
a
taking
pitcher.
they took all lefties.
Okay.
And it was just, it was something I loved doing. And I was in high school. My friends will tell you I wasn't that good.
What do you
No.
mean? I
I wasn't-
remember you
I
being
wasn't-
good.
Nah, I'm not. I couldn't hit. I could field.
You would. That's all right. So
I
that's-
couldn't hit.
You would.
I couldn't hit until I put some weight on, and because in high school I was a $150 soaking wet.
Yeah, well,
but,
steroids help Kurt too. So I
yeah.
mean, it helps everybody here and there.
Yeah, so I went down, and when I came back, I got fired from my job. So and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go back down. So I went back down. I tried out for I think the Marlins, and I tried out for the Expos, and nothing really panned out. I tried out at shortstop for those two. Nothing panned out. And then when I was down there, I interviewed for a job at a shipping company, and that's where I met Kelly.
Oh, good old
So-
Kelly.
So Kelly's from Miami.
Lovely
Kelly's
person,
from
Kelly.
Miami.
Wow, she gave up everything to come here.
Well, not originally. No, the
Warm-
plan was to stay
warm
down
weather.
there, but I just got tired of it. And
So when you
missed
came
home.
back, now what'd you do? Where was the V or two there?
just random jobs here and there.
Okay.
And she got pregnant. We had Sal. I was working at a clerk in a law firm, a billing clerk,
Okay.
and I did that for a little while. And then she got pregnant with Michael, Irish twins, 15 months apart.
Popping them out.
And
Go team.
I had at that point I had put my application in for sanitation, and I was just waiting here for it. So I really wasn't doing anything. And she had gotten a job in the city, so she was working, and I was watching the kids.
Nice.
Stay at home dad.
So within that time of leaving Florida, coming back up north, how long till you took the test?
We were back in New York for probably 2 years,
Okay.
year and a half, 2 years.
All right.
Because we had Sal when we got married when I was 23.
Waste no time.
You were youngin'.
Well, when you know,
Right?
right?
Yeah.
Right, Wendy?
I thought
Yeah.
I knew.
Yes, that's correct.
I thought I knew it didn't work out so well.
All right. So you're back up here now 2 years, bouncing job to job. And like we always say, we have people in the city jobs are the way New Yorkers look. If college didn't work out, you're bouncing around. You know what? $35. Let me take the test. Did you take the test we took
I
in
think so.
'99?
Yeah. Well, I got hired in 2000.
Yeah. So you had to
So,
take
yeah,
that.
I knew it all.
Or '98, we took the test. '98, we
Right.
took the test. We got hired in '99.
99.
Yeah. So you probably took that same test.
I think I took mine at New High School.
Yeah.
I remember, I think,
Yeah, we took
Yeah,
it.
that's right.
I
I
took
I think
it there too.
Joey
Yeah.
Bodo took the test there. There was a
Yeah, I
couple-
took it
couple
there
of
too.
guys
Oh, and it's crazy because what you got from '99 to 2000. When did you get hired in 2000?
there. End of
Yeah,
June.
and there was probably what was your list number?
3,000?
No, I was
3,000.
like,
I mean, what the fuck?
no, I
bro?
was like 20.
What he's trying to
around
say
like
about the guy?
No, because
the guy a break.
2300.
I was
maybe?
370. I was
2300.
360 or something like
No,
that.
I didn't have a great.
Steven got
I didn't
hired
have a
before
great-
him. He was 1,800.
Yeah, I didn't have a great score.
But
So I was
people,
gonna say, like,
that's
3,000.
the difference of within 7-8 months you could hire 3,000 people. I mean, they went through probably 1,000 of
Yeah.
drug test fails and all that.
Right.
Couldn't get the license and all
right,
that. Shit.
that actually happened. One of the Dennis Quick. he had me beat, but he didn't get the license, and I jumped over him.
And I don't think he watches this, but let me tell you something about this guy, Dennis Quick.
Not a good driver.
He's not quick.
No,
This was the slowest motherfucker I ever worked with in my life.
He can't drive a garbage
Oh, he can't
truck.
see.
He can't drive a garbage
No,
truck.
he got me a complaint one day.
He needed thicker glasses. I'll
Listen
tell
to
you
me.
that much about him.
I'll tell you this much.
All jokes
Anytime
aside,
I worked
Quick.
with him, guaranteed, we took a basketball. If he was driving,
Oh yeah, or he fell asleep in the truck.
he never fell
Louis
asleep
did
on
that
it.
for fun.
He would hit it. He would hit every time. And he'd get stuck at those hooks at the top corner. And I'm up there trying to get this fucking. I'm like,
The
hey,
neck gets
quick, what's
tangled.
up? I would just because I'd rather him drive and me load so we'd get done. He's a great guy.
Yeah,
You got to
just can't
remember
drive.
something too. He's also a lot older than we are.
Yes.
Yes.
A lot older than
Yeah.
we are. He's got to be in his 70s now.
Oh,
Dennis actually sends me a text every year during the holidays. He's a
I
good
I always liked him. Good guy.
Yeah.
Just couldn't drive, couldn't work.
so was that the only test you took for the city jobs?
Yeah.
Did you take the firemen's? Because I know the firemen's
Kelly
was
wouldn't
right
let me
there.
take any of the other
Any other ones?
Nah, she wouldn't let me. She didn't want me taking the fire department test. She didn't want
As she said, if I come all the way up here, you're not gonna fucking get killed, that way.
God,
It's gonna be nice. Just go pick garbage up. Be a garbage man.
How was the
So
adjustment
nice of
for
her.
that?
That adjustment was what for me or for what coming from Miami.
For her coming from Miami.
It was a big adjustment. I don't think she knows where the bridges are to this day. She confuses them.
Really?
No.
29
At first-
years, right?
At first, she's like, "Is this the Verrazano? Is this the Gatos?" And I'm like,
That's a
seriously,
tough
listen.
move, man, at a young
Yeah.
age.
but yeah, it is. And not knowing anybody, not having any friends here, and
No
It's not
family.
easy.
no.
Not easy
So,
for them. So what'd you
lot
think
of
of the
credit.
test?
Hard, right?
You don't
Test
remember?
I thought it was
A joke, right?
a joke. But I was never a good test taker anyway.
The maps.
Listen, yeah.
So and again, like it was a lottery,
yeah.
So it's like I tell everybody when they ask me about it, I'm like, I hit the lottery.
Yeah.
And I really did because what else I wasn't doing anything else at the time.
Well,
to get that job, and it was a great job.
Just to get on a city job is a feat in itself. And they would say that in the classes when we were up in
like hitting the lotto.
CRS.
It's like hitting the
Oh,
lotto.
you hit the lotto. You hit the lotto. And then you're out in the street for about maybe a month. You're like, I got to get a different ticket because the fucking lotto, this sucks. But then again, I
I
think
never
within
really
the first.
felt that way.
No, but what I'm saying is like within the first 30 days, you're like, because it all comes down to, how the older guys are biting at you, like,
Yeah.
you got this for 2 weeks, kid.
Right.
And then you're fucking
days,
nice.
and then you're going nice.
And then fuck this and fuck that. And it's just like, they're shitting on you the whole time.
Your
And
head's
until
getting
you
spun
find your
around.
groove, I would say after the first year.
Yeah.
Because they threaten you with, any complaints when you're on, whatchamacallit? Probation
Right.
and all this. And
And our probation was only a year, if you remember that.
And
Yeah,
now
now
they
it's
bumped
longer,
it to
right?
Yeah, it's
18 months, I
18
think.
months.
Yeah.
That's
And supposedly you get like one complaint or one AWOL and they extend you all these months or whatever. But no, once you get your groove to feel like, you know what, I got to do the best I could do on this job and just make it fun. Because that's what I did. I mean, I was young. I was 21. I just never cared. But-
how old were you? You were 26?
Yeah.
That's what I was.
So and I had the kids were 1 and 2 at the time when I got on. I went right to Manhattan 4, so I was right upstairs from you.
Yeah.
Right, you were in
Yeah,
2,
I was
and you
in
were in
2.
6.
Yep.
And the first winter was brutal because I was doing round robins like crazy.
Yeah.
And you had Sheridan. He
Nights
was
a lot.
dick.
Sheridan, I actually
Oh, don't
He
say you
wasn't
liked him.
that bad.
He was a dick.
I like Greg. Greg, I could see where you say that because he was like that to people. He definitely was.
Well, he was like that to us coming
But-
out of town. So that's
but he was
all I-
never like that to me.
Yeah.
So I can't speak of that.
I had nothing but pleasure working for that guy.
And there's a lot of people on the job, bosses and such that
Don't like him.
don't like him, but are like that where they're just people hate them and other people like them.
Yeah.
Like for me, as a sanitation worker, Billy Seidenfaden, I don't know if you remember Billy,
Yeah.
but he was a 12th acre garage foreman in Staten Island 3.
Yeah.
And Billy was
I
just
loved him.
miserable, like
I
ripping
thought he was
heaters
funny, man.
Yeah.
all night long, Dunkin' Donuts and ripping heaters all night long. I would have to go get him 2 packs of cigarettes every night.
Yeah, but he was funny.
And he was when you got to know him.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you didn't get the chance to know him, and you were like, you thought who you were. He didn't take to that.
Yeah.
So I was a worker, so I never had a problem with him. But if you tried to scam and get by,
Well,
Yeah, and that's with everybody though.
same thing with
Right.
Tommy Aldicki.
Exactly.
yes,
Guys hated him. I love Tommy because
Right.
I was who I
He
am.
fucked me one night. So
Well,
he's a
he
dick.
knew who I was.
right.
I wasn't hiding nothing. Wasn't trying to scheme. I just did what I had to do.
But if you
And he
got
was
your
nice to
job
me.
done with 90%
a
of
lot
the
of guys
bosses,
hated him.
Right.
it's not like guys would be like, "Oh, you're a kiss ass, you're this." No, it was just you worked, you got your
Yeah.
job done, and they were just like, "All right, good. I don't have to worry about them."
Right.
Where there were other guys that thought, like you said, they thought they were who they were,
Yeah.
and they turned it into a fucking nightmare.
Right.
We had plenty of the guys on that job.
Like
who
I
won
said,
the same thing.
I only experienced Sheridan out of town. I never worked for him like that.
And I saw firsthand what he did to people and how he treated people.
I worked with a guy in your garage a lot because before I left Manhattan too, I was a 4 to 12 GU.
Okay.
And we shared a floor. We shared the tipping floor. Remember, you would wash your trucks in our garage.
Yes.
You remember that? Do you remember who the GU was? The black guy. What was his name that killed the 3 women?
Oh, Glinton.
Clinton.
Roscoe Glinton. Yes.
I don't know
And,
Roscoe.
Yeah,
and
he
you know
killed-
how many record jobs
He killed
that I went with that
3
guy
of his wives.
on with that guy? Dude, I would get stuck 8 to 4. Nobody wanted to work with him. I would get stuck working because he was a record guy, and I would get stuck, and we would have to go to Brooklyn, or we'd have to go to Queens and pick up trucks. And
Or Jersey on the
how many
export.
times did I tell you we would stop at the projects in Brooklyn or wherever, and he'd be I'll be right out. And now, like years later, after everything went down,
Yeah.
I'm thinking to myself,
He was slicing and
was
dicing.
he doing that while I was in the truck
Am I an
waiting for
accessory-
him? I'm like,
accessory to
accessory to murder?
Oh,
Like,
100%.
Yeah,
100.
it was-
You know what's crazy is, real quick, I had
You
a
never
guy I
heard of
worked
that,
with.
huh?
No, I did not know that.
yeah,
I probably did, but I didn't know a name, so they probably
Yeah,
there
said
was
whatever was
3 of
going
them.
on down the block.
3 of his ex-wives he killed.
But we had a guy in the garage, and he was awesome. This dude Jerry, I think he got shit canned for weed like the 4 or 5 times. You know how they always gave you
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
oh no, one
3
more
chances.
time, one more
Yeah.
time, yeah. But one day I'm with him, and it happened a few days after this first day. But the first day we're going over the Queensboro Bridge, we're dumping metal. So he's like, "Hey, listen, I'm gonna pull in here. I'll be right back." Now we're in the middle of where fucking I'm looking at rap videos, and I know where I'm at.
Right.
I'm like, "All right, what the fuck's going on here?" And he comes out with a duffel bag and throws it in the side bin. I'm like, "The fuck is it going on here?" And then we get back to the car, and he's taking this duffel bag out and like pulling bricks out of the bag. I'm
Sticky
like,
icky.
"What the fuck is happening?" Like, and then I got into an accident that day. I fucking thought I was gonna make it around coming off the bridge, make it onto what is that, 2nd or 3rd Avenue, and I wound up clipping somebody's bumper with the back tire. So then it was a whole big ordeal. He's like, "Dude, you're killing me." I'm like, "Well, I don't know what the fuck's in your bag,"
right.
Imagine.
but that's the shit that went on the job.
Yeah.
Like
But
you're
it
saying, this
it
guy was crazy.
Yeah.
You know, disappear. He might have been slicing and dicing up in a
listen
There
to
is. Let me
sick-
tell you
Dave-
something. There is nothing that he ever probably did that was halfway as bad as some of the shit that went on
Oh,
his job.
100%.
Who, me?
Yeah, listen. The shit that went on the job was nuts, but that's all part
That's
of it. Like
the-
we say,
yeah.
we always say it. It was like a frat house.
Yep.
It was 100%. The shit that went on was just not normal
You couldn't get you
for a
couldn't do
9
that
to 5
anyway.
job.
You couldn't do that on any other job. No way. You
No,
couldn't get
no.
away with what we got away with. First of all, the shit that me and him, just the fact that we took a room, didn't ask anybody, and just took a room and said, "This is our room now. No one else is allowed in this room but us,"
Yeah, lock the door,
and locked the door.
and that was it. We finished finished the floor.
Everything
We
painted,
hung
blinds.
curtains.
But it wasn't just you. You got the blue room in Staten Island 2. You got the
Yeah,
red room
yeah,
in
yeah,
Staten
yeah.
Island 3. Everybody tried to carve out their little
Yeah,
niche.
and that's
Yeah.
what made that job
themselves.
great.
Right.
That's what made that job great. And the camaraderie in that job was when your clique, it was like you were in college. You did everything together. You played softball together, basketball together.
Right.
Yeah,
You hung out. Your families hung out. You drank. It was the best thing ever.
Right.
If you had a regular job working for Wayne's whatever, you can't do what we did.
No.
You no way.
no.
No, private sector, no way. Never happened.
So how long into lifting trash did you know like I want to be a boss, or was it never?
It never occurred to me.
So it was just more of
took
I'm
the-
going to take the test.
I took the test, And
I took that test too.
So did I.
yeah, again, I wasn't a good test taker. I didn't have a great number.
I was fucking great. I
Wayne
took
did-
it in 8 minutes,
Wayne did very well on that test.
A lot of guys did
and
that.
I got a 32, maybe
Listen
a 28.
I got hammered.
Yeah, I was shit faced.
We were drunk on our way to that
100.
test.
Well, that was the
Didn't go
second. I got promoted off the second test I took.
Oh, I didn't take that test.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't
the
take that
first test, we were leaving for vacation that day, and I was like, I just wanted to get out, and same thing, just
Me too.
you know,
He screamed it. He screamed
you
it down the
basically
hallway.
you
I'm
took the
done,
test to
6
get
minutes.
the day.
Yeah,
That's what
that's
you
it.
did.
Exactly.
That's
You
it.
took the test
Listen,
to get the day.
let me explain it to people. Okay, you get paid for the day to go there, but it cost you $30-$40 to pay for the test.
Right.
It
That's
was a
$30 or
no-brainer.
$40
A
you
no-brainer.
Oh,
I
yeah.
made $80 for 8 minutes.
For doing nothing.
Like literally 8 minutes. The woman's like, "You're done already?" I said, "Yeah." She's like, "You gotta wait for fingerprints." I was like, "Oh, what do you know? Here she is." Brr. And then I walked through the hallways and told everybody, "I'll meet you at what was the bar?"
The one on the bikini
I
bar.
remember that.
We went to the
I
bikini
remember
bar.
you walking through the hall, and I heard you.
Yeah,
yelling.
screaming.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember
Nassau bar.
The Nassau
Everybody,
bar.
I'll meet you at Nassau. I'll meet you at Nassau. And then by the time everybody got there, I couldn't even stand up because I was out in 8 minutes. And the guy's like, "Yeah, it just opened."
That. Right.
It was awesome. So you never, like, you just took the test. You did well, so you were like, "Screw it." You got called, and that was the move.
So I got called, and I went. So my first day at what was it, Floyd Bennett?
Okay.
We trained at. They were
Yep.
they were no longer at Randall's at that point. So it was, I think, 2006. My first day. I come home, I sit down on the couch. Kelly's like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, I actually had to use my brain for the first time in 6 years. Starts laughing, and I'm like, it's true. Like when you're slinging garbage,
You're not thinking about anything.
you're not thinking about anything.
Nope.
You're not using your brain for anything. You're just grabbing
Having
and
fun.
going. And yeah.
So it was 6 years.
So yeah, 2006 I got promoted. I went to BK6.
Okay, not a bad garage out
Good
there.
garage.
Yeah.
No, good garage.
Artie
I
was
had
in that garage?
Artie didn't come till after.
What about Dom? Cacciamani? Was he in that garage?
Dom was there, yes.
Yeah, there's a bunch of good guys came out of that garage.
A lot of good guys in BK6. A lot of good friends, good people. And my super was Mikey Lorenzo, who was a Long Island guy. Mikey was aces.
Yeah.
And even my Myron Priester was my ABS.
Myron's the best.
Yeah.
Real side note,
remember
real
Myron.
quick. You know what I did to Myron? Myron used to park his car at 3. You remember Mikey O'Brien, right?
Yes.
So Mikey O'Brien used to mess around with Myron all the time. Myron leaves his car at 3 and gets in the city car and leaves. For some reason, me and O'Brien were there when he dropped the city car off again, like that night,
Right.
whatever it was. You know the cellophane wrap, the big bundles you used to have, and wrap the
Yeah, shrink wrap.
pallets up and stuff?
Yeah.
We wrapped his whole car up with it.
His personal car?
No, his city car. So he had to get a knife. He had to cut it to leave the next morning. So when he got there, he pulled his car up and he looked and was like, "These fucking guys."
Right. He was.
He was, oh, dude, he was flipping. Myron Priest is a great guy. Great guy.
Myron was awesome.
So now, guys that knew you as a sand worker, was there any resentment now? Like, did you ever have problems
Yeah, there
with
was
guys?
resentment.
Me and you got to a fight.
Huh?
I
You
don't
don't
know.
remember?
Not me.
He worked for me. Him and Fisher.
No, I like
One time.
What happened?
I'm in Staten Island 3.
Oh my God.
Days. I don't even know what the route was out by St. Joseph by the Sea.
And what did we? Oh, we got to a fight with you?
No,
Let him talk.
I had to chase you down all day. The beginning of the day, right? I was like, all right, I got my boys today, right? We're good. I got my boys.
Yes.
No, it was gonna be a good day.
Now you were out
Sure
of
enough.
town, or you were in 3 at this
Yeah,
point?
no. At this point, I was in Staten Island too. I was working overtime. I think
Okay.
worked at 12 to 8, and then I was working overtime.
Boy, I didn't know this
And,
was coming. This is like a casino thing.
I give him the route. I
Bamboozling
get
me.
the route ready, whatever. I give him the route in the morning. I'm like, "How you guys gonna be?" And this guy turns to me and he goes, "Yeah, we're gonna clean, no problem." What I remember him saying it was, "Yeah, we're gonna clean, no problem." Actually, what he probably said was, "Yeah, we're gonna clean, no problem."
Yeah.
That's what
Like
I
a dick.
probably
Yeah,
got,
typical
and I
Staten
didn't
Island
realize
But
it.
were we staying
Yeah.
out that day?
You guys didn't even do 3/4 of the route.
Oh, so but were we the only truck that did that?
Oh,
I don't
this is
know.
gonna be awesome.
I don't know. I was there out of town.
No, it was probably.
So finally, I'm
Fight
like,
him.
I'm calling him. I'm calling Fisher.
And now all of a sudden,
And
you
I'm
don't
like,
answer his phone.
I'm like freaking out because I told Vito that Yeah, they're gonna clean, no problem.
Did I clean?
Finally, I tracked him down by Resurrection Cemetery.
I was probably praying. My
He
brother,
gets
my
out.
brother's buried there.
I pull up behind them.
Was I praying?
Huh?
My brother's buried in there. That's why I was there.
So I'll keep going. Don't let him fucking.
There you go. I pull up behind him. I walk up the passenger side, and Fisher swings the door open, and he starts screaming at me. And I'm like, and then this guy gets out of the truck. He comes around. He's like, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, we never clean this route. What made you? You know, you've done these routes. You know, nobody ever cleans this
giving
route.
it to you.
And they give both of them. They're giving it to me, and I'm like,
Kurt.
guys, I'm just here for the day.
Guys are trying to make a
I was
living.
just asking you I asked you this morning. You said you were gonna clean. That's what I told the super. I said I don't care if you're not gonna clean. Then just tell me, no, this is what we're giving back. And I would have been fine. I would have said, okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Because that's how I was. Listen, as a supervisor, I was always, my heart lied with the men. I'll say that honestly.
I believe that.
And listen, real quick, the only thing I could think of, I'm not a supervisor, but my thing was because you were a sand worker and you weren't a loaf, you weren't one of those guys that didn't like picking garbage up, you weren't miserable
you was
about
I
it.
actually
never
a good
asked
worker.
anybody
You
to do
understood-
anything that I wouldn't do myself.
Exactly. You understood the job,
Right.
picking garbage up,
He was a good
which
worker.
changes
He
everything.
was a good worker. He wasn't a load that became a foreman.
Yeah, and then you shit on him. So real
I
nice
don't
of you.
even remember.
Well, I think it definitely
The one
happened.
time
'Cause if
they only
Fisher
worked
jumped
with me
out of the
once.
truck. If Fisher jumped out of
Fisher
the truck,
was yelling
this
at me.
shit fucking happened.
Yeah,
Because
Fisher-
that little fucking squiggly fucking weasel would always jump out the
And
truck
actually,
and
you
start
didn't
shit.
get out of the truck at first. You just sat there. You sat there like this, like you would look like you didn't even want to look at me. You were just like, you were so mad that you were just like staring like that. I chased you guys down.
He found us.
Yeah, he was so mad.
So you weren't praying. You're fucked up.
Face
You
was
would bring
red.
your brother
If
in.
I was in
that
front of that-
vein. You know that vein?
Yeah. I don't
get
That
that
vein
vein.
was
I don't
like
get that vein.
popping out of the side
You
of
used
his
to get
head.
the vein.
High blood pressure. I might have been on steroids.
I
at
caused
that
it,
point.
yeah.
I might have been on steroids. The vein might have popped out because of the
All right.
steroids.
So you got a little flack from the guys. But
Listen, you have to realize you're a supervisor. You're caught between the men and you're caught between the bosses. So you have to find a fine line there. There's you have to be able to have the temperament to manage that, and a lot of guys don't.
So you
Or
were
did-
you came from, I don't remember the timeline. So when did you come to Staten Island 1?
So
How many years on the job did you have?
I had gotten a hardship.
Yes, that's what I
Um,
thought. But that was what, within like a year or so?
Yeah, I think it was within a year because it was talking about before, Ronnie Gorey and I were both in 4 together, and we both put in for hardships, and they both came through at the same time. So I think Ronnie had his hardship in Staten Island 3, and I got my hardship in Staten
Wow.
Island 1.
Okay.
So, and this is again going back sanitation work.
Real quick, let everybody know what a hardship is.
All right, so you would apply for a hardship if you needed to work a certain shift because of something going on with your family. So in my case, Michael had therapy, so he was getting ABA, he was getting different types of therapy because he was diagnosed with pervasive developmental disorder, which is a form of autism.
Okay.
So it's on the milder side.
Yep.
But we had the therapist would come to the house and they would, and if he would have his
Services.
sessions with them. Yeah.
Yep.
And so I needed the hardship for that because Kelly's job, where she worked, I think she was at Credit Suisse at the time. She can only get certain days off. So that's why, I applied for the hardship. And the guy gave me a really hard time too. First, I forget what his name was, but he gave me a really hard time. But eventually it went through, and that's when I went to Staten Island.
Yeah, because I remember you coming into 1, like I said, then I saw you and I'm like, I know this guy. But now getting back to, having issues with guys, like you're on Staten Island now for 5 years.
Right.
And now you become a foreman. So
Right.
it's not like you were a sand worker in Brooklyn. And yeah, you may know a few guys on Staten Island once you become a foreman. So it's, all vice versa. If you worked on Staten Island, now you're a boss in Brooklyn, you don't know the guys as well. So we all worked with you. So that's why, like these situations where it's like, oh, we got Sal today, he'll never bother us. We're gonna do our thing and we'll be fine. He knows the deal. But in all reality,
And
you're a
he
fucking boss.
and he was probably 100% right. What he was saying was like, I knew the routes because I worked in 3 as a Sandman too. Because because the hardship was only for 6 months.
Yeah.
So after that 6 months was up, again,
you transfer.
my 6 months was the same as Ronnie Gory's. Ronnie ended up going to Staten Island 1, and I went to Staten Island 3, and he was pissed.
Really?
Because he loved being in 3, and 3 was great.
Now,
you know?
what he had you beat, you had him beat. Which way was it?
I think Ronnie had me beat.
So he just did put the list
We were
the
close.
wrong way. He probably just put his transfer the wrong way.
Maybe.
I think he just might have wanted to go to 1, like because
he did not. He was pissed.
Oh, because I could have went to 3. I chose to go to 1 because Steven was there.
Right.
I chose to go to 1 because I felt I had a better shot of getting something better. 3 was like dinosaurs.
I think I put 1 first. I put 1. I think I put 1, 3, and 2, and I think he might have did 3, 1, and 2, and for some reason,
Well, he
that's
put
how
1 first.
Yeah, that's how it went down.
Yeah.
And but the 6 months there was great in 1. It was
2 totally different places.
I was on MLP with Maffey every day.
Every
day.
I rest his soul.
God rest his soul.
Man. He was amazing.
And he was great. And like the stories you guys were telling when you were on with Dags, like you talking about his father and the card table in the back and all of that.
Yeah.
I love playing cards with those guys in the back. And they didn't accept you right away. Like you had to earn your way in.
You had to earn your way in.
Listen, I told the story on one of the episodes. I went back to my lunch to sit down, and they said to me, "What are you doing? You can't sit back here."
Right.
Like that was a real thing. Like those guys, you had to earn their respect to be able to sit at that table with them.
It was like
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
it's like once you worked with one of them, right? So just say there was 10 of them, right? Just a number. Once you if somebody was off,
And
they were all partners,
They vouched for you.
they vouch for you. It's like you get like blessed in.
Right.
This guy's
good.
Right.
Come eat with us, kid. Like that. That was the worst part. Like
yeah.
I'm 22, 23 years old, and they still call me kid. But whatever.
It was old school, man.
That's
They
the
were
way
old
they
school.
were.
Yeah.
And Matthew was the best at it. Hey, kid, come pull over to the store, and he'd come out with 2 tall boys.
I could
And
tell
I'm
you
like,
stories for days.
Yeah, I'm like,
Every
I
day
just
was
don't
an
know how this is
adventure.
gonna work out.
The way the job got screwed, we had them. The next group below us had us, and now, you're passing on the same things. Somewhere down the line, that job went to
Something got
shit.
lost.
Because
Changed.
there's no stand-up guys on that job no more. There isn't guys stepping up. There isn't the camaraderie. Everybody I talk to that's on there hates it.
They all hate the job.
They all hate it.
They're saying that everything's changed. They tell me all the time, like my cousin, I just spoke to my cousin. He's like, dude, you would have never lasted on this job. I said, but I would have. I just wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have done it as hard as I did.
Right.
I would have pulled
You
it
have
back
to
a little.
Take the mentality of, I'm here for 8 hours,
That's it.
and I'm going home to my family.
That's brutal.
And it might be, it is brutal, but it's
getting home to your
that's
family.
what
the
it
number one.
came. That's what it became because
You know it as much as I know it. The beauty of that job was we made the rules. We dictated our day. You wanted to stay out and clean your out and just take your time. You did.
Right.
If you had somewhere to go that day, you didn't have to put a chart change in. As long as it was like you made your appointment for 11, you were good.
Yeah.
You can't do that anymore. That's over.
But then
because
again,
you have all the bosses now that
Yeah.
did those things that are now bosses that aren't going to allow it because they know.
and at the same time, you have a lot of bosses now, and just from what I hear, they didn't do what guys like you did. They worked for 5-6 years in the street.
Right.
These kids are coming right out of class. They're allowing them to take that test. They're getting it. Before you know it, 2 years later, they're supers.
Right.
Like because they change
Or
whether
who's
they
got a
change
tissue
it or
for
not.
this
4 years.
or a tissue for that.
Yeah,
Listen,
They get hidden.
My cousin moved up so fast it was ridiculous.
yeah. I remember playing, PlayStation with him in the fucking locker room.
2 years.
Now he's running this shit.
Supervisor.
Crazy.
2 years from that. Super.
Right.
Had his own district for a year. Chief.
How do you know the job? How do you even know the job?
Listen to me.
The only thing he knows is playing PlayStation on the
listen
12
to
or
me.
40
You're
12
not
shift
learning, right?
in his locker.
You're not
That's
learning
it.
that job in 2 years. I'm sorry.
Everybody hated John Doherty, right? I fucking loved that guy. You know why I loved him?
I don't think everybody.
A lot of guys did. I
hated
loved
him.
him because he knew the job,
Right.
right? So
Well, he did the job.
just he did it every aspect.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you were honest, he didn't give a fuck. It's when because he would catch you in a lie because he was around forever.
Right.
But he was a guy that had to move up like that. My cousin didn't. My cousin was, I never forget it. He was on probation. I'm still at 3. I won. And he texted me, he's on probation. He was in an office. Maybe it snowed or whatever. They kicked him back. You know, like they kicked him out of the office at Work Street
Right.
when shit goes down or whatever.
Right. They put him out in the district.
So I go, all right, don't worry about it. I jump off my route and I take a recycling. I go, just get here. You're in, you're good. Just get here. So he gets there. Now I'm late, right? I'm getting out late. So what do you in my head? I'm thinking we're gonna run. Right? I go, all right, drive the truck. Can't keep the truck in front of me. I'm like, what are you doing? I go, load the fucking truck. I said, I'll drive.
He can't even drive.
He couldn't drive, right? Because he was always in it. Like he got on and he pretty much went straight to an office. And I was like,
So, yeah,
listen, this is my cousin. I love him to death. He'll be honest about this story.
Right.
It got to the point of I drove the truck and just let him out. I said, just take care of your side. I'll jump out and grab my side. I'm not going to be out there all day. But a guy like that, who had the right connections, whatever, moved so quick, you really don't get a feel for the men
Right.
of how they think, what they're doing. You don't get a feel for anything. He's a great boss.
No,
a lot of
you-
guys
you
love
You
him.
don't have your finger on the
But
pulse.
you don't have your
Yeah.
finger on the pulse, 100%.
Well, I just want to say, Jeff, thank you for nothing you ever did for me, but I still enjoy you and like you. So whatever he's saying, I still want you to come here one day.
He knows I
But
love
I'm
him.
just
It's my
saying, like,
cousin.
I'm not like
I'm
you.
just-
I'm not
I'm
shitting
just-
on a guy.
No,
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 I
no,
mean, listen,
whatever.
good for him. He got.
No,
he got
I'm not shitting on
promoted.
him.
and
It's the
he's- and
truth.
He's doing
I
good.
understand what you're saying, but that's the problem with
He's
the
got
job
you to
now.
lean on.
Exactly.
He's a
lot
great
of people
boss.
lean on Kurt.
Everybody
But-
says he's a great boss, but I'm
No.
just being honest. How he moved, like the way he moved.
Listen, you can. That's fine as long as you
Sal, you were
have
a
that
GU.
attitude,
You were a GU.
right?
You were a garbage man before you even became a supervisor. You know the garage part of the
You
job.
knew 2 parts of it already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So the immense respect as we have when a guy like you gets garage foreman, which you ended up being, right? You look at it differently. You're like, this is fucking Sal who is changing tires, running around, getting forced overtime on a tow, whatever you were doing. So when a guy like that takes the garage supervisor position, you look at him a lot different than a guy that never did it before.
Right.
Out of, out of
I-
a respecting, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
and
agree
that's
with
what
you.
it is. It's all respecting.
I
And
remember
guys,
him
and
his
guys do
overalls.
pay attention to the shit.
Oh,
They
whatever.
will treat you differently, knowing that you came from the street to a guy that moved up like that.
Yeah.
When you try to boss them around, they're gonna say, "Dude, you." I've said it plenty of times. You never even did the fucking job,
Right.
so don't tell me how to do the job.
Well, just what you're saying right there, like boss them around. Like that's to me, that was one of my biggest things too. Like I knew what I didn't want to be when I got promoted, and I didn't want to be that guy. I didn't want to boss people around. My thing was to treat people how I wanted to be treated.
Yeah, just treat
And when
them with
you treat
respect.
people like that,
Yeah.
and you ask them to do things, they're going to be more apt to do those things. And
100%.
and that worked for me
100%.
throughout my career.
What made you go that route? Garage,
GU,
Yeah.
or the garage foreman.
garage foreman. I can understand
Uh,
in GU, it's a lot of getting steady days or steady 4 to 12, but the garage foreman is totally different because you're getting hung for everything on your shift.
So when the 12 to 8 spot opened up in Staten Island 2, I was an RO in
Mhm.
3, and I was going out of town like every day.
bouncing all over.
Two things I hated. The two things I hated about the job.
Out of
There was
town.
only two things.
Yeah.
Going out of town, I
Around
hated
Robbins.
it. And as a supervisor, because you got to remember, as a supervisor, you go out of town and they put you in a section. Some of these guys would act like my regular guy is going to do it, so I'm going to get this guy to do what I need.
It's like a substitute teacher.
Yeah.
Right. And that annoyed me. Like your regular guy doesn't even do these things, and you're asking me to do it.
Yeah.
That didn't fly with me. So that I hated, and I'm getting old. I can't even remember what the other one was.
That's all right. Then it wasn't that bad to you.
But back to your thing. So the 12 to 8 spot open in Staten Island too, and
Steady.
everybody was like steady. That was the only thing that was in my mind.
get
Like
it.
my kids are getting older. Kelly's working in Manhattan. I want to be around
And the sports and stuff with the kids,
they
yeah.
were they were in school, they were playing sports. So I figured if I take this and I get a steady spot, it would give us a little bit of breathing room. We can do some stuff. So and everybody was like, and I was shocked that nobody took it. Like I look at Jimmy Cowan and Bobby Days and
The loafer,
and
Jimmy.
nobody wanted that spot. And I was like, I put my transfer in and got it, and I was shocked that I got it.
And then Days ended up being a 4 to 12, right?
Bobby, after I retired, Bobby took that spot for a little bit, but he ended up leaving.
Listen, you know it as well as we know it. Not everybody's made up for 12 to 8 shift.
12 to 8 is tough.
Yeah.
It puts
That's
years
why
on
a lot
your
of
life.
guys. That's why a lot of guys didn't do it.
Yeah, it puts years on your life.
I did it 1
different
year.
life.
I did it 1
Change-
year. It was horrible.
You change your eating habits for sure, because you're just all out of whack. You're sleep deprived.
Yeah.
And like I said, I
It's
was
not
running
normal.
around with the boys doing. So it was like I would go home, catch a couple hours, and
Oh yeah.
I
So
was
much
up
stress on your heart.
on the baseball field or on the basketball court with the kids.
Yeah, and I mean, listen, let's be honest. You getting a few hours at the job too, but it's still you're messing all your times up. You never had go home, sleep through the night. So all those shifts, even the 4 to 12 would mess with you because you're okay. Yeah, great. Everybody looked at the 4 to 12 shifts as in, oh, I could work 4 to 12, sleep till 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and then just like gaggle into work. But it's not. it's not. But it's not
I
realistic.
hated 4 to 12. I hated 4 to 12.
I loved it.
Because if you didn't work on Staten Island, I remember doing 4 to 12s in Manhattan.
Yeah.
We had to be at the bridge by like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And if you weren't, you didn't get into Manhattan. So
Travel
that all
times
comes
were a
into
big
play.
Deal, yeah.
Even
Staten Island
12 to
1,
8s.
4 to 12 was the best thing ever when I first got there. It was the best year of my life, 2 years of my life, whatever
Well,
it was.
who was the foreman? Johnny Yalango was there.
Move over, Yolanga was there.
Yeah, Johnny was great.
Johnny was one
Al
of the
Dickey
best.
was the 4 to 12
He's an
garage.
asshole.
But the whole thing was, if you remember,
Hate that guy.
when we first got on, they weren't cleaning. They were
Right.
giving back work. That shit didn't happen until they got paid $5 to dump when everybody started
When
cleaning
they
their
brought the
routes.
dump money around.
For $5, these guys started cleaning. And in my head, I'm going, what the fuck?
Right.
But you got to remember all the trucks of peace trucks at night.
Mm-hmm.
So I was making a truck every night with him, with whoever. Even
And
Gus,
then it dried up.
even if we went on,
$5, bro. They do a lot
listen,
for $5.
MLP on 4 to 12
You'd be shocked.
with him, we would fucking torture Gus and Bobby Roman. We would fucking torture them.
Oh, yeah. So much
Like
Gus.
we real quick, they were cleaning, right? They gave them because they were senior guys, they gave them Front Street.
Right.
There was nothing to do. Before me and him get to the route, we're doing Bay Street baskets. There's bricks in every basket.
Yeah.
I go, how the fuck did they find time to do this, right? No problem. Me and Wayne go get about 70 newspapers.
I remember the
He's-
newspaper story.
He's driving, flying down Front Street. I'm in a passenger seat, and I'm just throwing full newspapers out. Bro, we covered all of Front Street, right?
Roman was pissed.
They had to clean it up.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But that was
by
the
the time
fun.
we got out of
That
there,
was the
Yalengo
fun.
was
4 to
like,
12
well,
was like a
gotta clean it.
4 to 12 was a zoo shift, bro. Back in the day, it was nuts.
No, we had a lot
And,
of
and
fun.
nobody got hurt. You know.
No, but
That's fun.
But did you miss being in the street now when you took, like, were there any days where, because now you're talking about an 8-hour shift.
Yeah.
And, for everybody out there that is watching this, they all know what we did. And, it's just, that's why I always never wanted that job. Because I could never see myself
Yeah.
sitting there
The whole
working
time.
the entire time. Like us getting done in 2 hours, showering,
Yeah.
hanging out, playing cards. I can never picture myself driving around in a car for 8 hours.
For me, the trade-off was not being out in the elements.
All right.
Yeah, listen, that's 100% a reason.
And I'm not
You
the
roll the
guy.
window
I
down.
wasn't the guy that rolled the window down a crack and was like, "Hey, how you guys gonna
Get out
be?"
with an umbrella.
Right. No.
Yeah. Well, there were plenty of those guys.
You were a worker.
And
dude.
again,
You were
like
a worker.
that, even that, like when I was in the garage, I was still out in the elements. I had to go
Yeah.
out and do facility
You were
inspections.
a
I
mess.
was, yeah. I
As a
was-
GU, you used to come out.
No,
and-
as a
No, I'm
foreman.
saying as a
that-
foreman.
I would never take that spot.
Yeah.
No, but I
That's
mean,
a
that's
hard
what it
spot.
is.
You had too. We had like I think 33 or 35 salt spreaders.
Yeah, you had a
In
lot
the
on
winter
Stand
time,
Out. Every
you had
district
a
had
lot of
60
equipment.
something spreaders.
And they
like,
all look to hang
40,
you.
50, 60. It was crazy. Yeah, and everything comes down on you. Being the boss on that shift, because now the chief isn't there yet. So you're pretty much the foreman and the chief. That's your building. You know, the borough is now no one's up there. So, or the night people, but they're not taking care of any of that. They're not taking the hit.
Lenny's gonna be offended that you said that.
Sorry, Lenny.
No, no one really
No, but
understands like what you guys are responsible for.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this, and I know you guys don't like this guy, but when I was there, he gave me a hard time. Portello as the snow super, and
I'm just gonna be quiet.
I was at a wake in Staten Island, and he was coming in, and I was leaving with my wife, and he stopped me, and I didn't want to talk to him. Because I just, we had our differences
yeah.
or whatever, and he stopped me, and he's like, I just want to tell you, thank you for everything that you did when you were there. He goes, I didn't realize everything that you did
Until you were gone.
Until you were
Yeah.
gone. And I appreciate that he said that to me,
But see, like that's the biggest thing with this job that I noticed, right? They all would feel that way, right? Because now you're doing the work for them, right? They're not
You
allowed
made their
to
life
tell you
easy.
you're an asshole, this, that, and the other thing.
Right.
But until you're gone, because I remember a situation with him, and Portello was always the person where he was that when you looked at him, he just looked like a fat kid sitting on a corner eating fucking cheeseburgers, and he'd be mad if you took the fries.
Wait.
Right? Sorry. But anyway, he just looked like a pampered kid, like
Spoiled.
a spoiled, pampered kid. And until one day during a snowstorm where I was cleaning out Deems Dakota with a front end loader. And I had fucking people coming out and screaming and hollering that I was hitting their cars and everything else. I never saw him stand up for his hand worker. Where finally I said, Aunt, you got to deal with these people. Tell them to get the fuck in their houses. This machine is
What's
not
his
going
name?
to.
His name's Anthony?
Anthony.
I don't
Sorry.
even know. I just
So-
call him Fat Portello.
This isn't a machine that's going to make a scratch or a dent.
Right.
If I'm hitting your
Yeah,
car with
you're
this
fucking doing
machine,
damage.
You're doing
I'm
damage.
ripping the whole fucking thing open.
Right.
And then even so, that was the time when I had the councilman. He's got his blue jacket on, running for council,
Yeah.
knocking on doors, shaking hands. I literally opened the door and Val and Portello were standing there. And I literally said, tell this fucking jerk off in the blue jacket to get the fuck out of my way. Because I turn around at one point, I'm looking in the mirror and he's standing behind me. Do you want to die?
Right.
Wow.
You see what I'm doing here.
No nonsense.
So I never had a problem with him. I had a problem with him early in the days. But then once it's like you have an argument with a guy and they get to see where you're coming from.
Right.
They kind of say, oh, you know what? All right. I'll.
It's after the fact. and
Exactly.
yeah.
Everything was fine with me with him after that.
He just
He rubbed a lot of people the
he
wrong
rubbed
way.
people the wrong way,
Yeah.
and I get it. He had a job to do. He was doing,
he abused his authority, bro.
he was doing.
Well, he did, but at
Maybe
the
he
same
did,
time,
but
it
he
was
still
his job.
had. It was still his job to
I
do that.
get
And
it.
again, he was responsible for a lot of stuff because
Yeah.
he's responsible for all the equipment and everything that goes on in those districts.
All three
and-
districts. Yep.
He remind me. You know what? Now it just hit me. He remind me of what was the movie with the puking rally with the guy he ate too much.
History of the world.
No. Was
The guy
it
blows
the
up?
pie eating contest?
Yes, I know what you're talking
The
about.
pie
Stand
eating,
by me.
Stand by me. When the kid was eating what was that guy's name? What was that guy's
I
fucking
don't
name?
remember.
And he was like vomiting on everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fat little chubby kid. But I had no problem with him. So, but no, it's now you get this spot. You just got the top pay,
Vern.
right? Fucking Vern.
Sorry.
Sorry. No, so you get the top pay as a sand worker.
Right.
Now you got to take another hit because now you go below now at lowest pay for a foreman.
My wife was like, "What are you doing?
You just lost money.
Is it worth it?"
Oh, you were at top pay when you did the move.
And
Yeah, 6 years.
Oh, I didn't know you were at top pay.
And all I kept telling her was, "Don't worry about it. When I hit top pay, you'll be able to quit working in the city." Well,
Yeah.
she's still working in the city.
Still to
Sorry,
this
hon.
day. Still to
Sorry.
this day.
He's still working.
Oh, God bless you, Kelly. That's good people. But yeah, that's got to be hard too, because
Somebody's got to help me keep up my lavish lifestyle.
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
exactly. Going on trips or whatever. We'll get into that. But no, that hits a lot of people, and a lot of guys won't take the badge because of that, because you take a big hit.
Well, it wasn't just a hit. It was now I'm in Brooklyn, so now it's
Timing.
tolls and gas
Yeah.
money and
Food.
Because you have
And
no
all
say where
that.
you go anymore. Now
Right.
you went from here, you're at top pay. You're not at the top, but with like seniority, but you got yourself a little seniority. You can actually pick a shift if you need it. Now you go to the bottom of the list again.
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh, now I'm the bottom in
Well,
the whole,
There
all
was
5
guys
boroughs.
that did that even worse. Bertinelli.
Mm.
Bertinelli had
he
like
was like
20.
80.
He had 20 years in. He could have retired.
What
and
about
he
Siegel?
took the-
Siegel had like 15 years on,
Eric,
right?
Yeah.
I just saw it.
Like I don't know what they were thinking when they did it, but I guess if you're going
Listen,
for 30,
everybody's got their reasons.
yeah. Well, if you're looking to do 30
You know.
years, then
Yeah,
yeah,
it
you know
made
what I mean?
sense.
Yeah, it did make sense.
But now bringing up Siegel, I got to bring up something.
Easy E, bro, great
That's
guy.
my guy. I just saw him.
Great
He's
guy.
limping out. I was going for X-rays. He's limping out of the fucking thing. He's
He
like,
was
"I
limping
broke
when we
my
played
foot."
basketball 15
Well,
years
that's what
ago.
I'm going to bring up. So now,
Are you going to
so
bring that story up?
one day, Sal calls me
Okay.
and says, "Bro, you got to play." I'm like, "Play what?" Now, at this time, though, we were playing
Softball.
on Sundays. No, the softball, I mean, if you want to talk about the softball, we'll get into it after this. So this was more job related.
Yeah, because I got a
So-
bone to pick with Dags as far as softball goes.
Oh,
so I
shit.
did
Best
something
pitcher
bad
on the
again.
island. Anyway,
He was a great pitcher.
no, so
All right, so basketball
no, so we were playing on Sunday mornings, me and Sal, CYO.
in a regular league.
In a regular like men's
Palin's
league.
league.
Yeah, we were having a lot of fun.
Pat would yell at us every Sunday morning.
I was playing 5 days a week at that time. Wendy hated me. We were traveling all over Staten Island every night. We eating McDonald's every night because we couldn't eat anywhere normal.
And now they don't eat any McDonald's.
Yes, it's bad
I
for
was
you.
there cheering you on the whole time.
Yes, you were.
You
She
are.
was
I
there.
can vouch
she
for
was
that.
in the she was in the
You and
fan
Kelly.
section.
Yes, we were.
So no, then it turns into somebody reached out to Sal or whoever you met reached out and said he's
Frank
going to
O'Keefe.
start. Yeah, he's going to start a basketball league with the
Sanitation.
5 boroughs, right? So I'm like, all right, Sal, but who are we going to get to play? So now we're asking around. There was one person that I really wanted on a team because he whatever he was at that time, he was a rebounder. He was a tough kid. But she was a tough kid. I don't know
Remember
what. I don't know what he was at that time.
Shadow's a basketball player for St. Peter's.
Yeah.
What?
So
I thought he played football for Tottenville.
He played basketball at St. Peter's. We have proof.
Really?
All we got to do is look at Gustavino's yearbook.
well, that's how he
Really?
knows
And,
him.
and there's a little,
A heart.
hey, Gus.
So maybe there's stuff that Gustavino hasn't
Oh,
told
wait,
you
wait,
guys.
wait a minute. A little something in
gotta
the
know
yearbook I
something
read. It
here.
said, I read it in the yearbook. It said, hey, Gus, the time spent with you, I'll never forget.
Oh shit.
I don't know where that went or what that meant.
You just did Gus dirty.
Oh,
I'm just
Gus,
saying.
sorry, Gus. Sorry.
I'm just saying. And
Bring the hat back.
her name is
No, so
Antoinette. Tony.
so
Tony with an eye.
Yeah, what am I?
oh shit. She's on the job. That's
All right,
crazy.
so who did you get?
But anyway, no, so whatever. We scrap
Give me the
up. whatever.
lineup. Give me
had
the
We had a
Marty,
tryout
had
at Fun
Pariso.
Station.
Pariso.
Yeah, try
We had a
it.
tryout at
Yeah.
Fun Station.
How many guys
I
showed
don't
up?
remember this.
And because I don't think you were there.
Oh,
we
I
had
didn't
about
need to try out. So come on.
6'4".
no, he didn't need to try out.
No, come on. I
Um,
was dropping double doubles every fucking week
we
on Sundays.
All right. Who played on the team?
so it was me, you,
Siegel.
Bert,
Who?
Bert Nelly.
Oh,
Bertinelli wasn't on
Bertinelli
the
played?
team. He didn't play.
He
with
came
that.
out
Oh, he might have came
and
out.
Shada hurt him.
Yes.
That's what happened.
Yes.
Wait,
that's
Shada
right.
was on your team?
No, Shada
No,
came out and tried
Shada came out for the tryout, and during the tryout, he was going hard, like super hard. And
He was getting
that's
hard or
when-
going hard?
Huh? No, he was
getting
He
hard?
was going
Probably a
hard,
little bit of both.
and I think Bert went up for a rebound or went up for a shot, and Shada went to block it, and then like trucked Bert, and like that's when he messed up his knee.
I remember that.
think.
Yeah, he went out
yeah.
of work with that.
Bert was money.
Yeah.
He was always a ball player. All
Bert was-
them.
I know
Bertinellis
Siegel played
were
with you,
good-
right?
Good players. Siegel played, I think, 2 games with us.
Yeah, the most important game out of all of them, and when we went to Brooklyn that day.
Oh shit, we'll get to that. So it was me. What I remember was me, Sal, Audie Holman, Pariso,
Yeah.
and then I don't remember anybody else.
We had a couple of guys from Brooklyn, I think.
Yeah, that would
think
just
so.
lived in Staten Island, so they
Yeah.
played with us because we
Um,
played softball or something together.
Keith Mondello. maybe.
Okay, I remember Keith Mondell.
Yeah. He was a PK6 guy. We had a couple of guys.
But needless to say now, so we're like, all right, we have to play Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, and Manhattan. The two Manhattan teams, I think.
South, I think.
Yeah. So anyway, so we played Clover Lakes the first game against Brooklyn, I think. No, against Queens, and we lose. We didn't get blown out, but 5 of one color, 5 of another. We were short, right?
Okay.
So anyway, so we lose. So we're like, all right, Sal, what is this? This is crazy. But now the next time we go out to Brooklyn, and now we're in a schoolyard. School's still in session.
Pennsylvania Avenue.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
nice.
were in a bad,
Middle of the
we were in a
projects.
fun spot.
Classy
We were in the
neighborhood.
middle of the projects.
Middle
Yeah,
of
dude.
projects. No one's around. We're playing this game.
No, there was
No. By the end of the game, it was like white man can't jump. The fucking whole sideline was filled with kids that just got out of this high school, whatever it was. And dude, when I tell you we beat them and they
We beat them
shit
bad.
on that team so bad. Y'all just lost to a bunch of white dudes. Y'all suck. They were giving us high fives. It was like they were carrying us off the court.
Yeah.
Bro. It was nuts.
That was crazy.
It was nuts. But and then
The game was over. We were like, guys, get out of here.
I think we won. I think we won a total of like 3 or 4.
We made it to the
games,
playoffs.
whatever. We made it to the championship.
Oh yeah, that's right, because we played the championship at was it Rucka?
Rucka.
Yeah.
Yep. So we go play the championship, right?
Famous
Against-
Rucker Park.
No, not Rucka Park. It was
It was
the
next to
El
Rucka.
Gauchos.
It was
the El Gauchos
their
play
gym.
there, like a semi-pro basketball team. So anyway, so we're playing. Dude, you have no idea, right? And Sal, I hope he remembers this. They were playing me a boxing one, okay? They were trying to take me out of the game. So I would be like, all right, Sal, do your thing. And Sal would do his thing. So we were winning the whole fucking game. Next thing you know, and I mean, they had like 15 guys. We were lucky if we had 6 at that game. We were dragging people. Bro, you just have to come
We had
and
no
give us
subs.
2 minutes.
We had no
Right?
subs.
So Artie Holman fucked us out of a 6-foot trophy. There was like 6 seconds left. We were up 1. Artie fouled them getting to come when they passed the ball. I said, Artie, what the fuck are you doing? He said, I thought we were down 1. He thought we were losing. We were fucking winning.
Understandable.
And we lost by 1. We lost the championship by 1. But then we were supposed to go on to, the guy said, I'm going to start a whole thing that we're going to go play fire department and police departments all
never
over the
happened.
country or whatever. Never happened.
Yeah, because he wanted to make like one big
Team. He was going
team.
to take me
He
and
was
Sal,
recruiting.
a few teams from Manhattan, guys from Manhattan, a few guys
There was
from
some
Brooklyn.
good players.
Yeah, no,
on some
we were
of
at
those
a nice
teams.
team.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were yelling. They would call us all stars.
For us,
Get the all stars. Get the all stars. So they would play us man on man, and then everybody else would have to do their thing. And I'm like, Sal, this ain't gonna work. So we just had to get physical and do our thing. But we did play softball for years. We
Softball
had
was
a
We had
lot
a
of
good
teams
team.
out of Staten Island won. Dag's best pitcher on Staten Island,
So who are our pitchers? Dags, Winmeyer. Winmeyer was a good pitcher.
and the
Winmeyer
other
was
guy
good.
from 3, the old man.
Oh man.
No, the old man. The older guy.
The
Tetramano? No.
Petramonico.
Petramonico, Mike. Yeah.
Yeah, we had
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Petramonico, Winmeyer, and Dags, and Joe Townsend, Joe Juice.
Well, that was
Joe
down
couldn't
the
really
road.
throw.
Like
Yeah.
when we first started, it was just like
It was a good
it was
team.
the core of us.
It
It
was
was
me, you, him, my brother,
Steve,
Dags,
Gus.
Outfield was Fisher. Winmeyer would play the outfield when he wasn't pitching. Artie was on those teams. No, Artie was later, right?
Artie was
Oh, it was later. We didn't have power, so
Who else was in the
I
outfield?
think. Mondito never played with us, did he?
no.
Only
Eddie
didn't
Wu
play-
played with us for a bit.
Oh yeah, Wu played a little bit. I had some of the most fun I
Falconer
ever
played
had
for a
playing-
bit.
playing in those leagues.
Yeah.
So much
Bro,
fun.
I used to have to wear a mouthpiece at third base when Dags pitched.
You really
I'm
were,
not
man.
even joking. I am not joking. Bro, I wore a
either
mouthpiece
you-
at third
and
base.
who played-
I mean,
It
like I
was
said,
dangerous.
so I was I
played
was
first
a
base.
pretty
Oh,
good
I
fielder.
played first base. Don't
Yeah,
tell me.
but
Louis-
you didn't
no,
have to-
Cologne
you
was
We
didn't
had
have
a
to-
lot of lefties.
You didn't have
Louis
to
was
worry
on our
about-
team,
oh,
too.
Louis
yes.
was on the team.
Yeah. Big Lou.
So it was you, Steve, Gus, and Wayne, right?
Yes.
And then Louis sometimes would play first too, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And you would play the outfield.
Yep.
You
I
catch,
caught,
you
yeah, I caught all the time. Dags pitching, pitches we said. I can't remember who the 4 outfielders were all the time. Because Louis would never be in the outfield. It was always you were either outfield or first base. Louis would EH. I don't know who they were.
Is that even a position?
What is EH?
Softball
Extra
is.
hitter.
Yeah.
You had a DH and an EH, right?
Yeah.
We had
We had
Yeah,
a stack
solid
team.
No, we had a lot of fun. We had fun with that.
Pieces.
Dags hurt you. He almost
Yeah,
got
we
your
would
teeth
always.
knocked out.
Bro, the hitters would get up and Dags. This was Dags. He'd like wind up and he would just like go like this.
Terrible.
And I'm watching these guys in the batter's box like winding up, like inching up, and
It was like playing off ball. They're like wind up.
I loved catching Winmeyer because he could throw a riser, he could throw a cutter. He threw a lot of good stuff. Winmeyer was good.
Listen, Dags gave us a few good years.
Dags is
Come
the
on.
best. Come on.
Come on.
Dags is the best.
and then we would play at the Holy Name game.
Oh,
Jesus
You know, I played
Christ.
for every team.
Did you
Really?
really? You
I
played
played-
for the Borough?
That's a
I
feat
played
in
One,
itself.
two, and
I
three?
played for every team.
That is a feat in
And I
itself.
think
That's
I
a feat in
won.
itself.
I won with you guys. I think I won with 3. We won the
Yeah, we
trophy.
won with 3.
And I think I won with the Borough one year.
We
I think 2 might
two
be the
never
only
won.
one that I never won with.
They still
I
never
won with 1. I was on 1 when we won, and then I think I was on 3 when we won. That was when they had the megaphone.
Yeah.
And they were fucking
So
screaming.
just
That
so
was
everybody
fun.
knows, the Holy Name Society would put together a thing to get members in the team. So you would pay $10, you would get hot dogs and hamburgers,
Yeah.
and then a few cocktails, and
Football tournament.
and then you would have a softball tournament between the 3
old,
garages
the
and
old
the
ASL.
borough. So you'd be 4 teams, and it would be an all day affair after work. People brought their families down. We had a lot of fun with it. I threw a shovel at Marty Grube one day.
Oh!
When he pissed me off, But listen, we had all those extra things like off the job. We were around each other a lot.
You know what was funny? Because the regular ASA league we all played in together,
Right.
Pornikova was an umpire, right? He
Yeah.
was a prick. I threw a ball at his head once. And Daryl.
Survived the breaks.
Remember
there.
Daryl?
Yeah.
Daryl
Daryl
was
Daryl was an umpire.
an umpire. It was so bizarre that and Marty Caputo.
Well, Marty used to umpire when we played in the
Goodyear.
League.
a fucking douchebag.
We
I
weren't
love
on the
you,
same
Marty.
team in the Goodyear League though. We played against each
Yeah, we fought it
other.
out.
You were with your boys.
Yeah. Well,
And I
you
was
were
with
with
my
the family.
boys.
You were with the family. What are you gonna do?
Can I make a little left turn with this?
Yeah, we're gonna listen. We want to get into some other stuff with what Sal's going on right now. Go ahead, Kurt. You talk about what you want to talk
All
about.
right. Put that on because you're being a dick.
Yeah, I mean,
So, Sal, besides being a sanitation worker, you're a writer.
Well, many hats.
You wore many hats. You're a writer. You have a food blog, a kid's cookbook, and you have another book coming out. How did you get involved in that? Like, what brought you to that?
I always liked writing.
Okay.
And I love food.
Okay. I could see that.
We all do.
No,
Yeah.
I'm a big
But
proponent
I-
for food.
wait, real quick. I'm sorry. What do you mean you could see that?
Me?
What are you trying to say about the guy?
I
No,
think
I'm
he
talking
looks
about
svelte.
myself.
Oh, all right.
Looks svelte.
Right away, you're jumping on me.
I just want to make
Thank
sure
you.
you're not calling the guy fat. I mean, Jesus Christ.
No, I like food.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I just started thinking about what I could do, and I always liked writing. I loved English when I was in school. I loved history when I was in school. So I figured let me put those things together. And with my kids, I always liked cooking with them when they were
Okay.
younger.
Okay.
So I thought about it, and I was like, nowadays people don't spend. Everybody's on their phones.
Nobody spends time with the kids.
Nobody spends time with their kids. They're
Quality
shuffling. Not everybody, because people do spend time with their
Sports
kids.
and
But
nobody
there's
cooks
so many
anymore.
distractions.
Yeah.
So one thing you have to do, you have to eat. You got to feed your kids.
Yeah.
So why not get them involved?
Yeah, I
You
agree
know?
100%.
And something that you teach them that they're going to have for the rest of their lives. They're
Yeah,
going to know how to
something-
make themselves a meal. They're going to know how to use a knife. They're going to know, if you teach them these things, and you're spending quality time with them.
Yeah.
That's the most important
There's
thing,
so
is
many kids
spending
that don't know.
quality time with your children. So that's why I decided to do this.
And the book is Building Kitchen Skills, teaching your child how to cook with fun and delicious recipes. So, where can we get this book?
On Amazon. Just go into your search bar and type in Building Kitchen Skills. You could probably even just type my name. This is
All right. Oh,
my boys.
thanks.
Thank you.
There
Does
you
it
go,
wo-
boys.
welcome.
Start
Does it
cooking.
work
Wait,
on
thank you.
wives that don't
Thank
know
you.
how to cook? Does it work for wives that don't know how to cook?
Yes,
All right.
it's and there's recipes in there, and they're very simple recipes. So there's a recipe for homemade chicken fingers, homemade mozzarella sticks, homemade
See, when-
pasta salad,
Wayne, there's hope.
things.
Nice.
Yeah,
There's
things that kids like to eat and some adults like to eat.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's simple things. French toast,
Yeah.
chocolate chip cookies. I think there's like a rainbow cupcake recipe in there. And then at the end, the back of the book, I put I
Right to
left
the
a
cupcakes.
section.
Went
Yeah.
right to the cupcakes.
I'm in for the
I
cupcake.
put a section in there where you can add your own recipes in there, so you can experiment.
Oh, listen, this is awesome,
with
bro.
stuff.
Congrats, man.
Thank
This
you.
I
is
love this.
awesome.
I love this. It's
Thank you.
unbelievable.
Yeah, because you got Sal and Michael, 2 boys.
Right.
And one get married, one engaged now. And the plus now is like they'll be able to cook for their family eventually.
Right.
And only because you brought that to light with like saying, all right, you know what? Enough running around. We did that when you guys were playing sports and this and that. You guys got to learn how to cook.
But we did that while they were doing those things.
You were still like
We would
being able to
still-
cook
Michael
dinner and
loved,
stuff.
Michael loved being in the kitchen.
Really? Because I
Yeah.
just remember the boys
When
being
he-
in like so many sports.
Yeah, Michael, his thing. I want to be a cooker.
All right. Yeah, listen,
Hey, all right, buddy.
listen. It
But-
all
and now
starts somewhere.
he's cooking dinners for him and his fiance.
That's
awesome.
that's
You
the
know?
good, the best part
Yeah.
about it.
You know,
now
you're
they're
teaching them
taking it
life
to their next
skills.
exactly. They're taking it to their next level
Right.
in their life now.
And it's
Which is
something
huge.
that they're gonna, God willing, they eventually have children that they're gonna be able to do with their kids.
Yeah, that's
You know,
awesome.
So
man.
it's like
Congrats,
you're
bro.
leaving a legacy.
I love this 100%.
Thank you.
I love that.
And I've gotten a lot of good feedback from it. A buddy of mine that I went to college with, Craig, he sent me a picture of him and his son. They were making a salad or something. So every once in a while somebody will send me something that they're doing with their kids, which is cool.
Oh, it's awesome.
I love
man.
that.
Yeah.
Now the food blog, how'd that come about? Same type of thing. You love to cook. You love
Yeah, I
love
was
food.
posting. I actually during COVID, I don't know if you remember, I had a YouTube thing and I was doing videos. It's
You were
still
selling Funko Pops or some
stupid
shit, right?
things. Yeah, but that was Sal got into that.
You blame the kid. I get it.
Yeah.
Dags got me into
But
all of it too. But
yeah.
I can't blame Dags because he's not my fucking kid.
Right.
And I got baseball cards fucking falling out of shelves upstairs. That Wendy doesn't
Yeah,
know
Eventually,
about.
they'll
thanks,
be worth
Dex.
something.
Oh,
Yeah.
he just posted something that he was at another show. We got a bunch of baseball
Yeah, I
cards.
saw that.
I'm like, when is this kid gonna stop?
He's starting to fit. He's starting to fit into that, baseball
He's gonna be that old guy.
card
with-
guy.
with
Yeah, Dags. Cut the shit. But no, go ahead. So you get into
So
this
I
blog.
bought the Blackstone,
Okay.
Yeah, buddy.
and I was making stuff on the Blackstone, and
Little
during
fried
COVID,
rice?
so we started doing videos. Yeah, there was like a Polynesian chicken with rice. My meatball recipe is on there.
Trying to get Wendy to
Um,
get me one.
Kelly's got for
Pick one
if
out.
you guys like sweet potatoes,
Oh yeah.
she's got a mean sweet potato souffle recipe. I mean, if you
Really?
like pineapple and sweet potatoes, it's
Yeah, yeah.
unbelievable. I know a lot of people like sweet potatoes with marshmallows. This has like
No, we're
a
not
crusted
marshmallow people.
pineapple on top of the.
Really?
It's a lot of sugar, but it is.
It's worth it.
Yeah, we have to make two like big things every Thanksgiving because they get wiped out.
Nice.
That's how good it is. So yeah, so I always liked cooking and trying making different things and stuff like that. So that's. Then we ended up going to we went out to Iowa in 2022 in August, and went to the Iowa State Fair, and that was so I put some of that stuff in the blog, and just that whole thing was
Where do people find the blog?
amazing. It's called You Gotta Eat.
Okay.
So you could just type it in your
YouTube?
search bar. No, it's actually I have a webpage.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I haven't posted anything lately in a few years. But
You should
there's-
go out
there's
with Kurt. He's
stuff-
got to eat.
There's stuff on.
You know what you got to do? This is what you got to do. That's what Wayne
It's all
has to do.
love. It's all love.
I don't know why we're picking on me today. First, Sal gets all
I
mad
think
at
it's
me,
the shirt.
and then you're
I
saying,
feel like you're giving me the finger.
I am.
I mean, I like it, but
This was made for you.
and, that guy liked to eat too.
Yeah,
He did like to eat.
did.
Yeah.
That's why you wore
Listen, Sal. All right. All right. So now we transition over
Right. Well, I don't really do a lot of cooking anymore.
Okay.
Because I needed to lose weight.
All right.
I had gotten up to close to 300 pounds.
No shame.
No, it's fine. I'm okay with it.
I'm not.
You know,
I'm talking about myself. talking about myself. Sal.
listen, obviously you're okay with it. You put yourself out there last week.
He made me.
I didn't make you do
He
anything.
made me do it.
What did I make you do?
Well, there was one person who wasn't happy about it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that right
Well, anyway,
not her.
wasn't
Oh, not her?
now.
Wasn't Jazzy.
She had to look at you for what, over
Yeah.
an hour.
No.
No.
No. So my girlfriend tried to say, "How would you like me being out there in a bikini?" I go, "You're not fat.
Oh.
I am. So are you embarrassed?" "I'm not fucking embarrassed. You're being an asshole." I go,
You're not fat.
"I'm pleasantly
You're
plump."
pleasantly plump.
Yeah, you're big boned.
Right.
We love you,
I'm
Kurt.
getting back to where I need to be. So please,
That's it.
all
We're
right?
getting there.
I'm
We're
proud of
getting
you.
there. We're gonna do a
Sal.
weigh-in soon. Did you ever see the weigh-in that we did?
No.
Yeah, we did a
318.
weigh-in here.
Really?
I was 318.
318.
All right, listen.
Let's get away from him.
get
now.
away from
Let's
me.
get back to
please.
Sal.
You're gonna make me feel bad about myself. It's a long
Sorry.
ride home to Great
Sorry.
Kills, Sal.
I'm really,
Lot of
I'm
bridges.
really not
There's a
trying
lot-
to shame you.
Sal, there's a
Really
lot of
not.
shit that's gonna be rattling around in this brain from here to Great Kills.
I'm going to be getting
I'm
texts.
fat. I'm
A lot,
fucked. I'm fat.
a lot of
I'm
a
fucked.
lot of bridges there.
Now to transition from the cooking, now you're losing weight. What made you write the new book you're writing?
All right, so the new book is, the working title is Echoes of Generations.
Okay.
And the idea behind it was originally to write about my grandparents, because I thought that their story, their love story,
Okay.
how they came together, was fascinating. And when I say that, my grandfather, Sonny Grasso,
Yes.
he played in the minor leagues. He played for the Leavenworth Braves and the Boston Braves farm system. And so he was out in the Midwest. My grandmother is originally from Iowa. Her parents, her mother passed away when she was 9. And then so she ended up going to live with family members because her father was working on the farm and couldn't do both. And her brother and her sister were older, so she was a lot younger than them, and they were already off starting their own lives. So she went to live with other family, and then eventually she went to Sedalia, Missouri, and lived with her aunt and uncle and their family. And then she ended up going to nursing school in Leavenworth. And she went to, the story is that she went to a baseball game one evening, and that's where they
Locked eyes,
So-
and that was it.
met.
I like that.
I always, thought that was a really neat story, and so that was the original premise of what I was going to do,
Okay.
and it kind of blew up. Like I said, we went out to Iowa to see where my grandmother was from. We visited the farm. We visited the house she was born in, another house that she stayed in, the Hotel Perry in Perry, Iowa, the Hotel Patty. Sorry, it's in Perry, Iowa. She worked there when she was younger. So we went out there and saw all of those things. The church that's actually in Perry, my grandmother's family, the O'Malley's, they helped build that church. And one of the relatives actually was like the founding person that built St. Patrick's School out there.
Really.
So there was,
And that was all still there. All still standing.
all
all
still,
this stuff.
the school I think was closed, but the building is still there. The church, actually, we went to the church, and we got there right after mass was ending, and that people were coming out, and we saw the priest. So we started talking to him, and we told him, we're relatives of the O'Malley family.
Yeah.
He came. He's like, "Come in. I want to talk to you." And we
That's
had a
awesome.
nice conversation with
That's
him.
cool.
And my mom was there, and my uncle Mark was there, and he was actually the one that kind of got the whole thing set up to go out there, because he had gone out there when my grandmother was still alive with her. And then we visited the cemetery, and we saw all of our relatives and stuff like that, which was
So this turned
So
into
it's-
a real deep dive.
it turned into a massive deep dive. So this past year, we ended up going to Ireland and to see where the O'Malleys were from. They're from originally from County Mayo, and we have. I did a search, and our family, that family history, that line goes all the way back, like to Grace O'Malley, the Pirate Queen. I'm part of that line.
The Pirate Queen?
Pirate Queen. Yep.
Like she was
Never
out
heard of the
there
Pirate
on
Queen?
the Black Pearl?
She actually, so her father
Don't tell
was
me she took down the Black Pearl, so I'm out.
her father was a chieftain, and he had a vessel, and they would go around and they would
Loot
they're
and
pirating
steal and-
stuff and
Really?
all that stuff. Yeah, and then
Makes a lot of sense.
she how
Oh,
she
Kurt.
actually it wasn't like a traditional female role, and she actually took over from for her father and commanded the ships, and she had the respect of all of her crew and everything like that.
Really?
And she treated with Spain and England, and she actually her son, one of her sons, was imprisoned by Queen Elizabeth. I believe it was Queen Elizabeth first,
Yes.
and right, and
She's Googling it.
she went to meet Queen Elizabeth, and they met face to face, and she bargained for her son to get her son released, and Queen Elizabeth released her son. So that was it's really cool. And I go over some of that stuff in the beginning. So it actually, like I said, it was originally supposed to start as a love story, but now it's turned into like a historical saga because that line goes way back.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, that
Very
line
cool, yeah.
goes far back. And then on my on the Italian side, my Aunt Lillian she's in her 90s now. She's Sonny's sister. She's the last one alive, so she's like the matriarch of the family. And I sat with her for like 4 hours one day
Something better than
and
that.
just telling stories about my great grandparents had a market on Stuyvesant Place.
Yep.
Called Stuyvesant Market. She was telling, know some of that stuff from my mother because my mother worked there when she was in high school. But Aunt Lillian was telling me stuff about that, and then just how our families came over from Italy. They were both my my great grandparents. So Sonny's father, Emilio, and his mother Eugenia. Both of those families, the Grassos and the Simonellos, are from Campo Felice de Rocella, which is in Sicily in Palermo.
Okay.
So they're from the same town. They may have known each other. The families may have known each other because
Yep.
it was such a small village. But they came over at different periods of time, like I think like 10 years apart from each other. The Grassos came to Staten Island. The Simonellos, first they went to Manhattan, and then they eventually moved to Sheepshead Bay, and then
Wound up
they
on
were
Saturday.
introduced. My great grandfather, and my great grandmother were introduced to those old Italian,
Sunday dinners?
Probably because they were from the same town.
right. So they,
They were like,
back then
that's
they
big.
all like
Yeah, you
kept
always
in
got
touch
together.
and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So
But
that's
they weren't.
But this
They weren't friendly. They just were from the same town.
right, and their marriage was more of, I guess, an arranged marriage. Like back then, that's how they
Yeah.
kind of did it. So, but yeah, I go over all of that stuff. Them coming to, and it's funny because it's like a parallel. The Irish and the Italian, everything runs parallel, and then till the convergence when Sonny and Teresa meet.
Yeah.
And just like there's just so many backstories and subplots, and little things that like I found interesting, like history and genealogy
Oh,
and
dude,
stuff
it's
like
crazy.
that. And if you think about it, and this was another thing too, like so I'm trying to find a literary agent to help me with this to get this out there, and I feel like it's not just it's my family story, but it's not just my family because
So many.
your family is the same. Your family is the same. Everybody came from somewhere. We didn't originally come from here. We're not, some of us may be American Indian, but for the majority of us,
Not like the guys now that jumping fences and stuff,
right.
But
Gotcha.
no, real quick, I went to Ellis Island. We took the kids, what was that, about 2 years ago, last summer maybe? So we went to Ellis Island. We went to a Statue of Liberty, then went to Ellis Island. And what was riveting to me, dude, which like it hit you differently, When I walk down the stairs to where then you have to go down, you go through the Fisher files
Yeah.
and you could see like the paperwork they signed when they signed the book and where the books were and set up. And dude, the fucking stairs are all like looped. Like from all those people going down those stairs, and it just made indentations slowly into the stone. And it hit you, man. It's like, God damn.
Your
there were
family
a
member came
lot.
down those.
Yeah.
stairs,
There were a
you know
lot.
what I mean?
And so the funny thing is, and I didn't know this before until I started doing the research. So the Grassos came over and they went through Ellis Island, but the O'Malleys came over in 1863. Ellis Island wasn't even
Didn't exist.
It didn't exist.
Yep.
So they went through Castle Garden, which is basically Battery Park. So that
Yes, that was the original.
yeah. So that was really cool to learn about that. And
I didn't even know what
you
that
know,
was.
yeah,
amazing.
that little fort
Mhm.
that was there. That was the original. It was called Castle Garden back in the day, and that's where all the immigrants came in to be processed.
We're down near the ferry.
Oh no, I know he's
Yeah,
talking.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that's what
So-
it was used for
Yeah.
back then.
So, but it's cool, and so like right now, I'd like to make it 3 parts. I'd like the first part covers the families coming over from Ireland and Italy up until my grandparents meet, and then from where they meet, that would be like the second book, and which would be them getting married, raising 7 kids.
They just loved having kids
Right.
back then, man.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And then just like going through and one of the things that I'm trying to do is to incorporate tell their stories, but tell their stories through a lens that explains what was going on in the world
At that time,
at that time.
Yeah.
So like
great look at it.
the Depression, World War II, just stuff like that into the 50s. You got the Korean War, and
Yeah.
and then the next book will cover like Vietnam, and then like so, some of my aunts and uncles were police officers. I think that's stories that they have if they'll let me, put them
Dig in, yeah.
they have some really good stories. Like my Aunt Janice, she was a female police officer back then when she got on. That
Unheard
wasn't
of.
like,
Yeah.
she was one of the early ones there, and what she had to go through, her experiences. And I would like to go all the way up through COVID with it. Talk about 9/11, what our experiences were. Where I was that day.
Yeah.
Where one of my cousin Becky, she was there, and if she didn't go down to get film developed, she would have been
Should've
upstairs.
Yeah,
Right.
just like that.
So and everybody has those stories.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm saying like this to me, it's not just my family stories. It's just everybody can relate to it.
Yeah,
And it's just
everybody has the
and
same
it brings-
type of stuff.
right, and it brings forward. To me, I get like I said, I get emotional talking about it because for me it's personal.
Yeah.
But when people read it, and what I'm hoping is that when people read it, they get emotional and they think about their families and their family histories, and then
Well,
they start
want to
doing
do
a
it.
dive.
Exactly.
Right.
And then they dive into it.
Because it's important. Because if we don't document these things and pass them on to our kids, who's going to do it?
No,
And
it's
they're
done
not.
over
They're
there.
not
It's
going to.
done.
They're not going to know.
So
Yeah.
when my dad died, my mom started giving me all the stuff that my dad had. I never seen it. One of them was my grandfather's paperwork when he came here. First thing I seen was his original birth certificate, and I'm looking at him going, "Why is the name spelled different?"
Was it written on lamb?
No, it was just spelled different.
So how is it spelled?
It was spelled Gotz with the umlauts over the O.
Okay.
When he came here, he came through Ellis Island, they changed it to Goetz. He didn't change it. They changed it. The paperwork showed me who sponsored him to come to this country. He had to be sponsored. He had to have a job. He had to have a family, had to sponsor him. He had to have a job. He had to have a place to stay. All that. I didn't know all that stuff. I never really talked to my dad about it. I just knew my grandfather came from Germany. That was it. But once I started looking at all this paperwork, I was like shocked. The first thing I want to do is I showed my kids.
Yeah.
I'm like, look, this is your last name. This is how my
What did they
grandfather
say?
came
Yeah,
here.
okay, Dad.
No, my kids loved it.
Because
John-
the older ones probably did, because you don't realize these things until you get older.
John's
Yeah.
a big history buff, so John was
Oh,
like,
good.
holy shit. Then I started getting money, change, stuff from Germany that my grandfather brought over and just had.
Right.
so I understand like the passion of like starting to dive into it because I did. I started going on genealogy sites and looking at all this stuff, my Italian side, my German side, because my kids won't know unless I do it,
Right.
or he does it, or what you're doing.
Yeah. Like,
So you're not only you're doing something to keep people aware of how families grew up and how everything changed. You're making something that your kids can pass on generation to generation, which is huge, man. I love that.
Yeah, and it's fun.
It's an amazing thing.
It's fun to do it. It's interesting. Like you said, your name was different. My last name was different, and so when I did the research and I started looking back and going into birth certificates and state records and stuff like that, there was an O at the end of my name. So my name was Trancucci. My father's family is from Apice in Italy in Naples, and they were Naples. Apice is a ghost town now. People had to move out of the town because of the earthquake. So it's like stuff like that I learned from doing research.
Yeah.
And then other parts of my family, like you said, so my great grandfather, when he came, they chopped the O off the end of his name, right? Other parts of the family, when they came, they changed the name completely. So there's a part of the Trancucci family that lives in Pennsylvania, and their last names are Trancucci. So they completely like chopped it and made like a whole new thing. So
they just did whatever they wanted to do when you came here.
So, but I don't know if it's so much that, or if it's the fact that there was the communication, the communication. You know, they wrote, like, if you look at some of the Italian records, or even at Ellis Island, like the manifest, shit manifests, they write in script. It's hard.
I couldn't tell my grandparents' signatures and stuff.
But it's wild. It's really interesting stuff.
It's very addicting, right?
Yeah.
Once you start to dive in.
Yeah. But it's
so now what are you looking for now? Somebody to take this on that you're having trouble with, or
no?
Like, what's the next move?
Well, I'm looking. I'm editing it. Still editing it, and I can drive myself down rabbit holes editing it because there's just so many ways you can change things up and stuff. But I'm really looking to try to find a literary agent that'll help me take on my work and maybe eventually get it published. So
that'd be awesome, man.
Yeah.
Kurt will buy it.
If there are any out there
I will
that are listening.
my friend.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's actually, like you say, it's hard because these kids nowadays, and you can't even explain to these kids like that they take letters off. Like I said, on Ellis Island, I'm trying to explain it to them, and they're just like, "Oh yeah."
Well, you guys are young yet.
Exactly, but I'm saying that it's going to be the next step and the next step, but they have to have that in them to want to be able to tell the next generation. You know, if not, nobody's going to tell them, and we're going to forget about.
Or it's going to be too late.
Boats even coming here at some point,
right? And
we're
that
all
was
gonna
my
think.
thing. Like, there's so many questions that I did a video on it, and I think you liked it the other day. That you don't realize until it's too late. People, your elders, your grandparents, and stuff like that, until they're gone, to ask the questions that are important questions to learn about where you came from. Right,
100%.
The worst thing for me was with my Italian side, because my grandmother died. She went a little bad at shit. You know, she went a little crazy at the end, so she was in a home for many years. But when I asked my mother or her sisters, I'd be like, "Where are they from?" Like, where in Italy? Right. And my mother would be like, "Oh, grandma's from Naples." And then I would get grandpa's from Genoa, grandpa's from Rome, grandpa's. I'm like, how do you not know where your father is?
He got around.
No, but how do you not know that?
Those things,
like, to me, it hurts me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Family was from Pontecorvo, right?
So I got to do my own digging deep into it. You know what I mean? On my end, just so my kids have it,
right?
Because kids today don't have the pride and German heritage, Italian heritage, whatever you are, Irish and Polish. They don't think about it like the way we did. The way you
Staten Island heritage.
Well, you took pride in being Italian or German.
Yeah.
Dude, one of my biggest, one of the things that I loved was when I had a jersey and my name was on the back of it.
Yeah.
You know, like how you can't be more prouder than having your name on the back of your jersey and just so everybody knows who you are. You know.
Like the best thing that I have to for my family in the past is pictures of the bakery they had on Staten Island. It's where Cake Chef is. It was Getz's Bakery. It was a German bakery.
Okay.
And I look at this picture, and when I show my kids, I'm so proud of it. It's my my aunts, my uncles, and everybody's out front. But I honestly don't think they could care less. But to me, it's like that's Cake Chef. That's still here. It's the same front. You see how the front's the same. This is
The
from
one on Noodle Lane?
no Cake Chef in Westerly
Oh, okay.
was Getz's Bakery. When they came over from Germany, they were all bakers.
Right.
They opened that up. To me, that's like
and the kids don't understand that what went into that.
Yeah.
it's
Like
just
the struggle that they went through to get here,
Especially
and then
during
start
those
a
times.
business.
Yeah.
I think that's the coolest thing
Those
ever
times,
to
yeah.
me.
You didn't have banks lending money to you back then?
Oh,
No, my uncle Anton, my uncle Tony,
Oh, yeah. Anton?
lived right
Tony?
in Westerly, right there. I forget the name of the block, but
Trying to fool me.
real close, right by where the K Chef is.
what on Jewett?
Not off of Jewett. One of the
Say
blocks.
Cole, Chandler, Kimball.
No,
Rattling them
Dean
off.
she's
Sequoia.
from there.
Born
No.
and raised, Westerly.
Closer to
Waters.
like, I want to say it's a girl's name.
Suzanne? Suzette?
Anyway, to me, that they didn't get like a
Joan.
big like, oh my god,
Joan.
this is awesome
Margaretta.
Right.
Margaretta?
thing. Maybe
Joan?
I gotta ask my mother; she knows. But to me, that was like a big thing,
Yeah.
and they could care less. So that kind of hurt me. I was like, how do you not take pride in that? Like,
They
you're
will
from Staten
someday.
Island. You still live in Staten Island. There wasn't,
And Staten Island is not the same anymore.
no.
Staten Island is
No,
not the same.
I don't think there's a German bakery anymore in Staten Island.
Ultimate is still open though.
That's it. Ultimate, yeah. That's it. Hours Bakery, Buddha Bake, all that shit's gone.
All right. Well, before these guys really get dug into food right now. Well, listen, Sal, we appreciate you coming through.
You guys have me.
We're going to push the book, Building Kitchen Skills, Teaching Your Children How to Cook with Fun and Delicious Recipes. Go check it out, Amazon. We appreciate it. From a foreman, from going, like you say, from a sand worker to a foreman, the differences with the jobs, like people don't get it. And I appreciate you coming through, man.
Thank you.
And
Thanks for having me.
congrats on the wedding coming up. When is that?
So Michael's wedding is October 10th.
Congrats, Michael.
Same day
Good
as
luck,
Robbie's.
bud.
Same place too. Snug Harbor.
Nice. Oh, the good old Snug Harbor days. I
I
told you I
should have
worked
said
there.
that. We're gonna have people crashing.
Yeah.
Michael's gonna
Know
get mad
what
at me.
we're doing. 8:30. Cocktail hours at 6. But no, we appreciate it. And who just got engaged?
Sal.
Sal just got engaged. Congrats. And congrats to
Island.
Kelly.
Got engaged in Ireland.
Yeah. You
Got
showing
that-
him something right
so-
at least.
Real quick, his engagement. So he had picked out this place. It was like a yew tree. It's called. It's got like all of those like intricate
Staircases and stuff.
yeah, in the tree. It's
Okay.
like a mythical type of thing, and it was in the Muckross Abbey. So he had picked out that this is where he was going to do it. We get there, right, and we don't see it. All there is like this little tree. It looks like a bush, and now he's starting to freak out. He's like, "What's going on? Where is this tree?" So we're like walking now. I could tell like he's panicked. He's got sweat coming down his side. He's freaking out because like this was like he planned this for like months.
Yeah.
So we walk around. You go through a graveyard, and the abbey is like years old. There's no roof on it. Windows are all blown out, but it's beautiful. So we walk in. We walk inside, and there's like grave sites and stuff like that. And then we just happened to walk by and look to the left, and the tree was in the middle of the middle of the abbey.
In the building.
In the building. It was, if you ever go to Killarney, Muckross Abbey,
We were there.
you have to go
We didn't
because
go, I
it
guess.
is. It's again, it's a graveyard. It's got the abbey there,
Not my
but it's
first
just
place to go.
the tree is amazing, and so
Cool.
he like you have to. So now the tree is in the middle of the courtyard, and they had to like step up onto like concrete to like walk into bricks to walk to the tree. So he like brings her up there, and she's like, "I have no idea what's going on," and then she's like walks up and she's touching the tree, And meanwhile, he like backs up and he like kneels down and he pulls the ring out and she like turns around and I go to videotape it and I hit my phone and you hear the thing go, boop, boop, like, you know, when
you ruined it?
I ruined it.
You ruined the good surprise on you. Fucking guy. Fucking ruined
She's
it.
like, I heard that noise and I knew something was going on.
Oh,
But
man.
it was really,
That's
it was
awesome.
really cool. It was a special.
And that
a
was
special
awesome
moment for
because you
them.
had a lot of family with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had.
Mom was there. My father-in-law was up from Miami.
Oh, that's awesome.
Our parents were there.
Good times. Good times. But yeah, thanks again for coming through, man.
Thank you, Sal.
It was a
you.
pleasure. And
Always.
we got to get a drink soon
Yeah.
and hang out and talk some shit.
And I'm sorry for what I did with
Basketball days.
I'm over it.
Yeah, that's fucked up, but
Now I gotta go home. That's in my head. I'm fat. All this stuff is rifling around, Sal. You fucked me all up. But I love you, brother.
I love you too, man.
all right, people, like I always say, be nice to people. You never know what somebody's going through.
Thank you.
God bless, man. Take care. Peace out.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Sal.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Get a load of this. Blah, blah.